This is the start of the hill climb, Sarge. You have to pass a few farms to get here, so no wonder some of the locals hate this event.
Well, dozens of lunatics driving flat out up an narrow lane isn't something I'm particularly happy about either. That's been felled deliberately.
It's a funny time of day to do some forestry work.
Could have killed somebody. That's Cleghorn's farm up there, isn't it?
Yes. And the route goes straight past it. He's just the sort to try and cause trouble.
Well, if he isn't at home, I have a good idea where he'll be.
No, I'm disappointed. I'm going to win, you know.
Bring them in,
It's the worst weekend in the year. Descended on by a gang of grease monkeys, determined to make our lives a misery with their fancy cars.
Come on, Nat. Plenty of people around here agree with you, but it's pointless doing anything about it, isn't it?
I seem to remember you weren't too happy last time. Cars speaking through the village, parking all over the green.
Look, I haven't forgotten, but it's no good stirring up trouble.
It won't be me stirring up trouble. Took a week to clear up the village last time.
It's only once every few years.
Times are hard enough without having to lose money because a bunch of overgrown kids want to race souped-up go-karts. The time has come to have it banned.
Let's do something.
To take action. To protect our livelihoods.
Keep it down, Nat. Anyway, some of our livelihoods do really well after this hill climb, thank you very much.
Well, I say that...
Yes, I'd be interested to hear what you have to say, Mr. Cleghorn. About a tree that's been felled across the route of the hill climb.
I'd say innocent till proved guilty.
And I'd say someone could have been killed. I'll be finding out who felled that tree, Cleghorn, and dealing with them as firmly as the law will allow.
Like I say, let me know when you have some evidence, eh?
In here, and I'll just see if the doctor can fit you in, Mr.
Black. Trevor.
And I'll need some details.
Look, I ain't really got any. I'm camping nearby.
No, I mean your home address and your GP's.
Look, I don't have time for this. I just need someone to look at my eye for me. That's all.
Is there a problem? This is Trevor Black.
I just need you to patch me up, Doctor. That's all.
That looks nasty. You better come through. How on earth did you do it?
Breaking firewood. End flew up and hit me.
You need to be more careful.
Get off.
Okay. Head back. You're gonna need a stitch in this, okay? That is a dreadful cough. You're gonna have to let me give you something for that.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing, I'm fine.
Once you see it, you'll be convinced.
Convinced of your insanity, more like.
If you call winning the top prize at the hill climb insanity, then yes. I'm telling you, Bernard, I have found a classic. It's a race-bred thoroughbred, and it just needs a minimal tweak from you.
Vernon, there's 2 days. It'll have to be a classic in pretty blooming good condition to stand half a chance. We're mere mechanics, not Marvo the magician and his assistant.
There's no harm just going to go and see it, though, is there?
I suppose not. is it then?
Bill Thomas's cowshed.
Right then.
Thanks, Jenny. That should help soothe the cough for a bit anyway.
He doesn't look well at all.
He's very reluctant to let me examine him. I want to see him again in a day or two.
Not going to be very easy. I think he's sleeping rough.
I've got you some linked.
What is it?
He's gone.
Where on earth are we going?
Bernard, stand by to be amazed.
It be raining, tears from my eyes. Since you're gone, all I do is cry. Won't somebody help me? Somebody help me. Can't you see that my baby
You just said it was a cowshed.
Well, it used to be a cowshed. It's a chicken shed now. What do you think?
I think I must be mad to be standing here. Has it actually got an engine, or has it got a petrol-powered roost in there?
Well, let's have a look at it at least, eh? Oh, yeah. Looks all right.
All right, it's fantastic. Now then, Bernard. Now be honest. Now you've seen it, you're hooked, aren't you? Take that as a yes.
Don't get too comfortable. This is private property. I want you gone now.
I want to find whoever felled that tree in Charlton.
Oh, word is that it's Cleghorn. He's usually the loudest protester about the hill climb.
He's usually the loudest protester about everything.
He wasn't giving anything away last night. So you two go up to his farm now and put some pressure on.
Yes, Sarge. Yes, sir.
And it might be an idea if someone talked to the hill climb drivers, in case one of them knows it. In an unofficial capacity, of course.
Well, I could wander over there, Sarge.
Thanks, Alf. Sure you'll enjoy a wee wander.
Not got any work to do?
On the contrary, Mr. Cleghorn. You were spotted near to where that tree was felled just before it happened. Perhaps you can explain to me what you were doing there.
Farming, of course. I've land up there.
Yeah, well, it's a funny time of the day to be farming the land.
That's my decision.
Yeah, well, it'd be our decision whether or not to prosecute. So just try and cooperate, will you?
If only you lot would spend as much time keeping an eye on those races down there. Tearing down the countryside, frightening the animals.
It's a legally sanctioned event that a lot of people enjoy.
Should never have been allowed. And if anything goes wrong for them, I, for one, will be delighted.
Nothing else better. I'd go wrong, Mr. Cleghorn. But I'll be back.
Just keep your nose clean, eh?
wise old boy. Huh? One slip and boom.
Oh, quite right. Silly me. Are you a steward or something?
No, nothing like that. I'm just here as a spectator. Eric Evans, overall champion 3 years running.
Oh, really?
It was a couple of years back, and I don't race anymore. Well, what about you?
Oh, I just popped out to my lunch hour to see some of these cars.
Well, perhaps I could show you around. I still know one end of a racing car from the other.
Oh, it'd be a pleasure to have a look round some of these racing cars and meet some of the drivers, perhaps.
Well, my pleasure. We'll start here, look.
No, I reckon Mr. Vernon's right. She's a bit of a beauty.
So was the Titanic.
What do you reckon, then?
Well, you're not wrong. She is quite special.
Oh, good. Mr. Vernon's going to be really pleased.
Look, if this isn't the last of them, I'll wring its wretched neck.
It's the Scripps! Going to upset her.
It's a beauty.
And some.
Cheers, Harry.
You're welcome, lads. You're welcome. Well, you've been most helpful. I almost feel like an expert myself now. Well, I won't keep you any longer, Mr. Evans.
Eric, please. There's no trouble. And if there's anything else I can do...
Oh, thanks. I might take you up on that.
That is great, Floyd. Yes. Someone's cut that. Oh, I've not seen it. Have you?
Cleghorn wouldn't budge, Sarge. He denied any involvement, so we had to settle for giving him a gypsy's warning.
Do you think he'll listen?
I don't think he wants this to end up in court.
Well, let's hope it makes him see sense. The last thing we need is more trouble, just as scores of visitors. Ashfordley Police. Yes, Alf. We'll be right there.
Someone with a nick in the grape pipe, Sarge.
Looks like it was done with a hacksaw.
Well, the whole lot could have drained out in time.
Left him high and dry.
Or worse. Far worse.
Now, who'd do a thing like that?
Well, that's what we intend to find out, Mr. Smee.
They'll be one of those idiot farmers. They've been hanging around. Especially that loudmouth who was in the pub last night.
Cleghorn?
That's the one. He was here just a while ago.
Looks like your gypsy's warning didn't do much good.
What is it?
I don't know. Thought I heard someone.
Chase a trespasser off the estate this morning. Poor fellow been sleeping rough for a while by the look of him.
Ben, you're imagining things. Come back here.
The world is full of little people, Sergeant. Jealous little people. But even I have to admit, I've never had anything like this done to me before.
Do you mean there have been other incidents, Mr. Smee?
Oh, just petty matters. I mean, you fire an employee. Sometimes you get 4 flat tires in the morning, if you get my drift.
And what job would that be?
Demolition. Smee and Sons. A long-standing family business. Started in Middlesex, then moved north. We're one of the biggest firms in the game.
I see.
We made our pile by taking on those jobs that no one else wants, Sergeant. By getting our hands dirty, as it were.
Yes, but you're quite sure there have been no other incidents like this? No threats against you?
I'm quite sure, Sergeant.
Right. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Smee.
Pleasure.
to.
I thought you said it was ready.
When I said she was running, it might be all right for tomorrow. It's not quite the same thing as ready.
But I need to get some practice, Bernard.
Yes, you do indeed. This little monster. It's very powerful. You have to be careful.
Well, look, if you only need to hear it running, I'll take David with me. He can listen to it running, and then he can tell you if it needs tuning.
Bye then.
All right. Thanks for letting us know. Bye.
Ben Norton. They've had a prowler at the estate, so better go and have a look around.
I'll tell Muck.
Thanks.
Blimey, that was close. Glad you're enjoying it, David. Now for the ultimate test.
Not again.
Mr. Cleghorn, where did you go after we'd spoken yesterday morning?
What's it to you?
A car was sabotaged in the Aidensfield Arms car park. Had its brake pipe cut. And you were seen in the area at the time of the incident.
So therefore, it must have been me. Call that police work.
So I'd like your accounts for your whereabouts. Mr. Cleghorn, this is a very serious allegation. What were you doing in the car park yesterday morning?
I was just having a word. Telling those idiots they'd be better off doing something sensible. Hunting, fishing, blooming gliding for all I care. Anything but driving around here like lunatics.
And that's all?
Yes, that's all. Oh, I may have done the odd bit to protest about the hill climb, but I'd never do anything dangerous.
Oh, really? Then how'd you explain this?
Well, you saw it, didn't you? You stopped.
Mr. Cleghorn, I could have...
My idea of sabotage is to take a crowbar to it, and the rest of those ruddy...
Oh, don't tell me you wouldn't know how to cut through a brake pipe.
Look, I want to protest, not to kill someone.
So you admit it?
Yes, I admit to the ruddy tree and the slurry, yes. But not this nonsense, and there's an end to it.
I'd say it was the beginning. I'd like you to follow me down to the police station for questioning.
Oh, Mr. Evans, I wonder if I could have a word.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I've got a mate who's on the local police force, and he wants me to tell the drivers to stay off the road. They're worried about there being any more trouble.
Yeah, you're quite right. I mean, that sabotage business could be quite...
Exactly. It's best not to tempt fate. Well, if you could pass it on.
Yeah, indeed.
Sir.
One of the grooms noticed the door wasn't locked first thing. Looks like someone's dossed down here for the night.
Nobody saw him then?
No, but I'm pretty sure it'll be the same fellow I chased off yesterday. He'd been camping out on the estate. I thought I got rid of him and then heard someone snooping around the cottage late last night.
Nothing was taken.
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. Well, I'm sure he's long gone by now, but I'll have a look around before I go. Let me know if you see him again.
All right, thanks, Phil.
In you go. Gently, take it easy, take it easy. Whoa, whoa.
Just think, Bernard. The two of us are going to become local heroes.
Don't count your chick. Remember, you've got to get it up that hill in one piece.
I know, but that's why we need the practice.
It's not going to be as easy as you think.
With this beauty, we'll walk it.
She is quite something.
I just needed to know, Bernard, that she was fast. Very fast. Hey, David. Hey, you can stay on and be my co-driver this afternoon. I knew I could count on you. Do you know, when I weakened that mixture, Bernard, she just flew up that hill. That engine just picked up, and you will not believe the speed she went up there.
How many times have I got to tell you? The slurry was me, the tree was me, but not this.
And that wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that sabotaging a car's brakes is a far more serious matter than obstructing the highway.
It's got to do with the truth. I mean, why would I want to harm someone?
You almost killed me, Cleghorn.
Well, I was stupid. I just felled the tree to make trouble.
And the slurry, which I rode into at some speed today, that wasn't meant to injure someone?
It was just a protest.
So you expect me to believe that you're responsible for the lesser offences, but not this? Despite the fact that you were seen in the area shortly before it was discovered?
Yes.
I've just had a couple of farmers on the phone complaining, Sarge. Apparently some of the hill climbers have gone out on a test drive. They've been seen passing Crook Hill Farm and now they're heading back towards the village.
I thought you told them not to.
Well, I left a message, but Evans obviously didn't pass it on.
You better get out there, Crane, and stop them. I don't want any more trouble.
I'm always, Sarge.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. All of the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day. I can make it now. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue sky. Look straight, nothing but blue
Don't touch him, don't move him!
He's alive.
Is he breathing?
He's alive, all right. Just out for the count.
This is turning into a nightmare. Scores of people are due tomorrow and we have a lunatic saboteur at work.
That's what it looks like.
And where's our main suspect at the time? Right under my ruddy nose. You two get back up there. Find out who owns that Land Rover and trailer. Might be one of Cleghorn's cronies.
Sarge.
Alf, perhaps you could talk to the drivers again. Check out the word on the injured man. His enemies, his rivals, and so on. Of course, it's strictly unofficial.
Oh, of course, Sarge. I'm on my way now.
Thanks, Alf.
Oscar, have you got a minute?
Oh, yes, please. Any excuse to stop doing these books. What is it, then?
Burton wants to find out about that driver that was injured yesterday. Have you heard anything?
Well, you want to talk to Gina. She's been chatting to the drivers all week.
All right. I want to ask her about someone else as well.
Well, you can ask her when she gets back. She won't be long. Who is it that you're interested in, then?
Eric Evans.
What? The former champion?
The very same.
What's he done, then?
Well, that's what I want to find out.
I need a co-driver to practice with. Oh, no, it's a script, not again.
Come on, I don't want him taking it off on his own.
It can be a bit of a handful, this, you know, Bernard.
Yeah, no, got to keep an eye on him.
Sarge, we traced that Land Rover and trailer back to old Brownlow's farm, but he didn't know anything about it.
And you believe him?
Yeah, he didn't even know it was missing. And he hadn't heard of the hill climb until we mentioned it.
So, if it wasn't Brownlow and Cleghorn's in the clear, then we're back to square one.
Sarge, Gina's got some information about Eric Evans.
I had a chat with some of the drivers. They told me Evans was disqualified a couple of years ago. They accused him of nicking money from the Treasury. I mean, it was never proved either way. Evans denied it. Took it really badly.
He swore he'd take revenge and finish the organisers like they finished him.
And did he do anything about this at the time?
He just turned up this year. Everyone just assumed he got over it.
But maybe not.
Well, there was that business about him not passing on the message to the drivers from me.
Well, he knowed the area and his way around a car.
Right. Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
I think it's time we paid Mr. Evans a visit.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's out, but it's best to make certain. Mr. Evans.
Sarge. Thank you, Oscar. Just have a look, will you? Three of the racers were willing to back allegations of theft and embezzlement against Mr. Evans, leaving the organisers no alternative but to disqualify the 3 times champion from the competition.
That's interesting.
Don't you think he's been Evans all along, Sarge?
Well, he certainly has reason to be put out. Crane, that's me for the day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Right, Sarge. Ashfordley Police. Can I have the address? We're on our way. Someone set fire to one of the hill climbers' lockups.
All right, let's go.
Come on, David, fuel up. Today's the big day. Clear thing. Oh, the way you went up that hill. Oh, I'm worried sick. It's racing, David. Speed is what it's all about.
All set, then?
Yeah. Right, I'm ready for the off.
Well, Vernon, before you go, there's just a small matter of my bill.
Bernard, the winnings are virtually in the bag. I'll settle up with you later. Come on.
But you...
Wearing.
Really not our weekend, is it? All we have to go on is that one of the victims is our old friend Jeffrey Smee again.
Can't just be coincidence he's been involved in all 3 sabotage incidents, Sarge.
He's been a real target all along. You did say he would have been the one to hit that Land Rover and trailer if he hadn't been overtaken at the last moment.
Well, that would rule out all our farmers. Their grudges against the organisers rather than any individual.
Certainly starting to look that way. I'll see if I can dig up anything on Jeffrey Smee. He was one of the drivers who got Evans disqualified from that competition. better get out there and try and find Eric Evans.
Sarge.
Good morning, everybody. May I welcome you all back to the most looked after hillside. I'm sure you'll enjoy today's event. We have a splendid variety.
Who do you think you are? You're never gonna get my love. Now because you wear all those fancy clothes. Oh, yeah. And have a big fine car. Oh, yes you do now. Do you think I can afford to give you my love? Oh, you think you're higher than everything far above. Who do you think you are? Yes, something star. You're never gonna get my love.
Wait for the winner! David, get that for me! Quick, go on! And make sure he spells my name right on the top!
You made him cry. Many poor girls cry. When they try to keep you happy, they just try to keep you satisfied.
First car on the hill is number 19. Almost new Ford Escort driven by John Russell.
Delta Alpha 2-4 to control, over.
Go ahead, Steve.
Alf, can you tell Sarge I'm up on the bridge at the hill climb? A man seems to think he's seen a bloke hanging around in some woods near to the track. I'm going up to have a look. Over.
Phil, it's Liz. Can you get over to Ben's cottage straight away? There's been a break-in.
Mr. Evans, I'd like a word with you.
So the only thing that you can see that's missing is a half a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, he's had a go at some bread, cheese and fruit, but apart from that, I don't think there's anything.
And you think you're recognising Liz?
Definitely. He called into the surgery the other day. He'd cut his eye and needed stitches. He also has a terrible cough, so I can't imagine he'll have got far.
But that's the same fellow that's been prowling around here. Why didn't you say something the other night?
I'm not psychic, Ben. I didn't know he was going to start breaking into houses.
Well, yes, but did it not occur to you to mention it?
No, I thought he'd just move on.
Who is he, Liz? Must have left some details.
Not really. His name is Trevor Black. He disappeared from the surgery before we could find anything else out.
Right. Well, I'll let the Sarge know that we're looking for this guy out on the estate.
And I'll get back to the surgery. Give me a call if there's any news, right?
Of course.
You can't seriously think I'd have anything to do with sabotaging that car?
There have been a number of incidents, Mr. Evans. Most recently, a fire in one of the barns containing competitors' cars.
Well, I don't know anything about that, and I don't know anything about a fire.
We'll search your room at the Adersfield Arms, Mr. Evans.
You did what?
We found a list of race competitors and newspaper cuttings. You were accused of embezzlement and disqualified from the race 2 years ago.
Oh, I see. You think I'm here to wreak my revenge. Very dramatic, Constable. Look, they disqualified me for something I didn't do, so I'm going to get them disqualified in return.
Why didn't you pass on the message from Alf Entrust to the drivers the other evening?
Well, it proved a point. There should be stewards in the village before the actual event to prevent such things.
Where were you first thing this morning?
I had a breakfast meeting at the Hillsby Hotel with a journalist. The London Evening News is going to run a piece based on my findings. I'm sure they'll vouch for me. Here's my receipt, if you don't believe me. Happy now?
Not exactly.
Control to Panda 1. Bellamy. Ventress tells me you're looking for a Trevor Black on the Asperley estate. Any sign, over?
No, Sarge. He seems to have done a disappearing act. Over.
We have some interesting news on Mr. Black. Can you get back to the station ASAP and we'll fill you in?
On my way, Sarge. Over and out.
Not now, Bernard!
Hang on, I need a word with you.
Like the great Sancho, I'm thinking of nothing else but the start.
Vernon, will you wait?
No!
Vernon!
Right, thank you very much.
Bye then.
Spoke to a colleague in Middlesex who dug up a thing or two about Geoffrey Smee. There are a number of cases pending against him concerning his failure to safeguard his workforce against the dangers of asbestos.
Asbestos?
If the right precautions aren't taken, workers can develop asbestosis, which is potentially fatal.
And one of the cases against him concerns an Albert Black who died of asbestosis last year. Albert had a son who also worked for Smee.
Trevor?
Exactly. Now, I suspect he's suffering from the same condition as his father.
Well, he must know it's fatal.
I'd say it's a fair bet he knows that Smee's poor working practices killed his father and are now killing him.
Which sounds like a grade A motive.
Right, so let's get up there and find him. Radio Crane, tell him to meet us up there.
Sarge.
And we need to speak to Geoffrey Smee.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, well done!
Can I have a word?
Could we have a word, please, Mr. Smee?
Jumped up little. He wouldn't know a sensible decision if it bit him on the backside.
Well, what happened?
Disqualified, that's what happened. Well, because the engine was big or something, or overcharged.
Overcharged?
David, I don't know. Who reads forms anyway?
There you are!
Not now, Bernard!
Vernon!
Not now!
Vernon, I need to speak to you. Wait! Wait!
Should have known it. So it's been Albert's son all along, has it? Out to get me.
We think so. We know he feels strongly about his father's death. He's certainly been in the area hiding out from us.
Old man Black. It's a nasty business.
Trevor's also been to see me, and I suspect he may be suffering from asbestosis himself.
Ah. So he would be in a bit of a state then.
Well, we believe he holds you responsible for his father's death and his own condition.
I don't see why. I mean, it's all very well everyone saying asbestos is a killer now, but how was I supposed to know?
With respect, Mr. Smee, it's been the subject of workforce laws since the 30s.
If I listened to every little rule that comes down from Westminster, I'd never get a job finished, let alone make any money. But nothing. Thanks for the police protection. Good to see the humble ratepayer finally getting something for his money.
Glad to know you approve.
Let me know when you find him, Sergeant. I have a race to win.
I never want to see that thing again. Don't be like that. By the time I've settled Bernard's bill, I'll have lost a small fortune on that white elephant. Come on.
Any signs? No, Sarge. Steve's by the side of the track.
Liz, can you join him? You're more likely to recognize Trevor.
Of course.
Smith still racing?
I couldn't stop him.
Needle in a haystack time.
I know.
Couldn't find my own mother in this crowd. Sarge! We've spotted him! Can you hold the cars below?
It's too late. Smee's on his way. Try and get hold of him.
He's here!
Excuse me! Trevor! You could have killed yourself!
Put him on the bed. Trevor, the ambulance is on its way. I'm going to see what the hospital can do for you.
Not a lot I expect.
I'm afraid I'll have to talk to you about several acts of sabotage.
Well, what's to say?
Endangering life is a serious matter.
So he's not getting your workers to wear protective clothing. Especially when one of them's a 12-year-old kid helping his dad out at weekends.
Out of my way! Out of my way! So you got him! I could have been killed! It's just me. And he ruined my fastest time. I want to press charges and the strongest...
We'll be doing that. Provided he lives long enough.
Put me...
I'm just keeping you away from a very sick young man for your own good.
For my own good! I want justice!
Well, you'll be getting justice for your own one day very soon, Mr. Smee. In court.
At last! It's a big deal if I won the pools or something.
Well, in a way, yes, you have.
What are you talking about, Bernard?
We're talking to some of the other drivers. They're very interested in your car. The SS is a prototype.
Classic? Classic?
It's very rare. It's worth a fortune. Here, Vernon, you may have been disqualified, but you've hit the flaming jackpot.
Flipping heck. Oh, keep up that!
considerable sum of money has been stolen, Constable.
James was here with me that night. I swear it.
It's not opening time yet.
She thinks I'm handsome. She called me her hero.
And who are you when you're not in your box?
Somebody you don't want to mess with, Mr. Parker.
Let that slot give you sympathy. You'll get nothing from us.